Welcome to the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. Today we have a visitor in our garden. Some of you already know who she is. She is a YouTuber and a loyal subscriber. Please be sure to stay to the end of the video so she can tell you about herself and how you can support her. So let's go meet her at the planting. This is Gabby, and she's going to tell you how the garden reminds her of her childhood. Yeah. I did this when I was a child in the countryside. It was nice. How much you want me to cook? Finish up here? Take more, yeah. Take more. Gabby has visited before, but never on camera. We want to try the plantain flower. It seemed as if it would be a good thing to try. Could use it to make fritters or dumplings. Oh, fritters or dumplings or what else you could use it for? Plantain flower. Porridge. Yeah, porridge. A beating. Wow, the hand's big, man. Well, you know what? We're going to do it in sections. Here, so. We start over here, so we may as well finish this. But do them individually. Kind of taxing. The stem, like here. Yeah. It won't damage the tree. I get less. Yeah, what we're going to do is just sit down and peel them. Watch a show and just peel. And then stew them. Where's the papayas? You had a whole string of trees. Well, they were beaten up by the weather. Oh dear. So the cold weather. We just cut them down. See some of them. That's so unfortunate. See some of the branches over there. Oh dear. Yeah. That's the remains. That is so unfortunate. Because there were so many trees. Well, there's one still new ones standing in the back there. Yeah, we planted that one. We replanted. You think you might? Well, it has fruits on. Come. Yeah, kale. I like kale in salads. There, you know, for what it's worth, I remember one of my students. She made like a kale salad, but she cut them up so fine. And then, she used lemon juice on it with a little bit of salt. That thing was good. All right, well, get to it. But these, I think, I remember you just breaking the leaves. Right? Exactly. Like this? Mm-hmm. Just breaking the leaves like this. Yes, man. How to make a salad with this. Put this in my salad. Crunchy and delicious. Okay. Like this is bad, right? So you just leave it here just leave it there. Yeah. Yeah, you can see them really go through something. But for what it's worth, these are really looking good, they're looking better. I mean, given what they went through. Let me see. Over here. These over here look good. Yeah. This is one of the things that I love to look at. Beads of water on leaves. There is something absolutely beautiful about it. I remember as a child growing up in the country, and in the mornings, when you wake up and you see the dewdrops on the leaves, It was just one of the most beautiful things to see. I mean, I remember like on the cocoa leaves, big dewdrops. Then when the sun comes up and there's the ray of sun hit the dewdrop, it looked like a prism. Oh my gosh! You know that I was in such a fantasy land as a child. I swear that I had seen a fairy in the garden, because you see the beautiful um lights coming off of the. Look at that! How beautiful it is. The beads of water on the purple one. It's just, oh my gosh, absolutely beautiful. The presence of the water, so beautiful. I never let go of that childhood memory. That's good. That I saw a fairy in the garden, only because the beautiful colors that were coming off of the dewdrops when the sun hits it. Yep. Yeah. With the color greens. So I guess we pick them the same way, right? Yes, just pick them up the same way. Okay. So with the color greens, though, this is not something. I don't remember us having this in Jamaica. Did we? No, I don't remember it in Jamaica either. Right. It's Callaloo. So right, we have Callaloo. But so I actually met this since coming to the United States. But I've tried cooking it, in the absence of Callaloo. I said, all right, let me just try. But my goodness, it took forever. Because those were tough. To cook. Those were tough. That's what that was. Yeah. So they were old. So I just don't bother with this vegetable at all, because it being so tough, I just never, want to deal with all of that. But you're telling me that these are tender. So I'm looking forward to trying it again and see, if I'll do better with it. Yeah. So, come over here. I could do this with saltfish, no? Yeah. Doing good. You can pick off the bad ones and leave them in the garden. They come off so easily. Okay, yeah. Really tender. Gone. Yeah. The word harvesting, it reminds me of, again, childhood, in the countryside. Or when it was harvest time. When was harvest time in Jamaica? Was it like in November? Right. And I remember at church we used to march. And I remember like the youngest kids, they were at the front. And I remember being really young and marching with one orange. I remember that. One orange. No baskets? And no, we didn't have baskets. We couldn't afford baskets. Only my grandmother had a bank. Oh, a shoebox. What about a decorated shoebox? No. That's how we did it. That. But remember one orange. And I remember like my uncle, who was like 6 years older than me. Yeah, I remember when he was marching with eggs. And then I got old enough to march with eggs. That was huge. That was huge, because I was now responsible and old enough. I wouldn't break the eggs. It was just a big duty. you know, of a child. I think at that time when I was allowed to do that, I might have been like around 12, 13. Okay. So, you know, oh, teenager. Yeah, yeah. So I had a big responsibility then. And you really feel as if you're grown now, you know. Yeah. That's right. Oh my God. Carrying an egg. Yeah, yeah. I was able to marry. Yeah, no, it's just crazy how you can just step out your back door and just, you know, you come to the space, you just pick a few leaves or something and just go back in your house and yeah, and create a meal. Moving, you create a meal. This is amazing. This is absolutely lovely. It is. It really is. Avocado? No. Guava. Guava. Yeah, this is the guava tree. Right, that's right. That's right. I remember over the pond when we were kids, the guava trees, guava and rose apple. Yeah. Why is it that they're always close to a pond? I remember as a child. Yeah. Right by the pond. So here's the papaya tree we're talking about. Yeah. It's the only one right now. Yeah, I noticed there are at least, yeah, it has quite a few on. So that's good. That's good. Yeah, you have quite a few there. Yeah, and here's one coming up. I remember the ones that you had in the back there, they were so tall. But then when they get that tall, they're kind of difficult to get the fruit, right? Right, but we have a picker. Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and this one is blossoming right here. Right. Yeah. That's good. That's fever grass, right? Yeah, yes, it is. Oh, and the Spanish needle. Do you actually use Spanish needle to make tea? No, I've never used it. You know what? Because in Jamaica, I don't remember my grandmother using Spanish needle to make tea. But apparently, it has some kind of nutritional value. Well, yeah. I'm sure somebody. My love for Spanish needle was all about that poem that Claude McKay wrote. I'm sure. Claude McKay, the Jamaican. I'm sure a subscriber can tell us about this Spanish needle. Perhaps. Yeah. Lovely, dainty Spanish needle. Do you remember that? Yeah. With your yellow flower and white. Yeah. There's fever grass though. This was something that my grandmother used to make. Yeah. Sometimes I just come out and cut a few pieces of it, wash it, and boil it for tea. Here's it. Water driplet. Or driplets. Of water. Yeah. I just absolutely, it's crazy. I might just. Maybe you should write. Maybe you should write something about water droplets and leaves. I think I did. Oh, okay. I think I did. All right. Okay, this bed is looking really good. Yeah, right? This is string beans. It's looking so healthy. Yeah. It really is looking good. You're not bearing. No, not yet. Right. No, they were supposed to be dwarfs, but once they grew up, we realized they need trellis. But but it's too late now. We're just gonna let them grow like that and pick them. What are you going to put in that bed? This is a potato. The potatoes were growing there. So some of these are, like you see, regrowing. So we're gonna grow some more. Yeah, we did. Yeah, potatoes. Remember dig up. That's right, you did. Yeah. You did. It was a few months ago. Yeah. You did. What is that, Marva, that tree there? Oh, this is a soursop tree that got hit by the weather. Soursop. So yeah, the leaves are gone, and during this time of the year, they usually lose their leaves anyway. Well, so look forward to the. Well, it's been here for a while, so we're thinking it's a male tree. We're thinking it's a male tree. Oh, you think it's male? Because it's not nothing, no blossom, nothing at all. So we're gonna replace it. Yeah. But what if it? This might be just a year. 3 years. 3 years. I'll wait until after spring, and then see what happens. Okay, so I'll do that and tell you what happens. Because you never know. Yeah. Or you think by now it probably blossom? Yeah, it should have been blossoming already. If you should ask me what my favorite fruits, I can't go with just fruit, but fruits are, I would tell you, mango, top of the list, custard apple, naseberry. I absolutely love gooseberry. As a child, oh my goodness, we had a huge tree, really tall, and we used to get tons of those things every year. So to actually come here and see, actually see them on the tree, it looks like you're going to have a very good crop. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, they look really healthy. And this tree obviously withstood the, yes, it's a very hardy plant. Yeah. That we have. Yeah, because I remember, I mean, if you really think about it, in Jamaica, we had we're always having threats of hurricanes. While we might not have had them over the years, but we always had very bad weather. The rains and the winds, and those streets they survived. Always stood up to those, yeah, stood up to that kind of weather. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Marva, the pumpkin. So this is what is left of the famous pumpkin vine that was. These are the seeds that were thrown under here. Okay. And this came out of it last week. I noticed they were coming up. And it's flowering. And this morning, these flowers were wide open. They are very beautiful golden colors in the morning. They close up during the day. Wow. So they just open. They open up, and that's the time when they get pollinated. Oh my goodness. Yes, because the bees and whatever can go inside of it and pollinate it. Yeah. It's, to me, it's like it's just so amazing. It just shows how God created things and everything that He created. They all have their specific duties and time that they perform. The birds and the bees, they know exactly when to come and get the pollen from this. Exactly. It's fascinating. It truly is. Yep. The heavens declare the glory of God. Yep. Firmament showeth his handiworks. Amen and amen. Wow. Here's what the blossoms look like in the early mornings. Marva, what happened to your gungo tree? Well, the last windy weather we had, it came out of the soil a little bit. So it's leaning. And there's nothing much we can do with it. So we're just going to allow it to stay because it is still blossoming, as you can see. And there are lots of peas on it already. So we don't want to mess with it. Just going to leave it as it is. Wow. Well, how is it going to affect those banana trees over there? It doesn't. The weight of it eventually won't. No, because it's, as you see, they have peas already. So that means very soon we'll be harvesting it. And once you harvest, we just chop it down. I was just thinking the only way you probably could save it is if you put a stake in the ground over here and then, Yeah, but we're afraid that moving it might cause it to leave the root. It might affect the root. So we're just going to leave it. And plus, it's a volunteer plant. Never really planted it there. Oh, dear. It planted itself right in the pineapple bed. So if that's how it wants to grow. Your plants are famous for taking over spaces where they're not supposed to be. So we just leave them. Oh my goodness. This is a pineapple. It's a new birth. This. Right. Wow. Okay. In my parish, where I was raised, and more so in my neighborhood, I never saw a pineapple plant. Oh. What parish is that? St. Anne. Oh. The Garden Parish. Right. Oh. Yeah. You would imagine. I'm sure it's there. It's just that in my district, I never saw pineapple plants. So For me. So this is new. Yes. Okay. Well, now you can say you have seen pineapple plants. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. The hibiscus looks, the hibiscus plants looking good. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, croton. Crotons is another very hardy plant. Yes, another plant that reminds me very much of my grandmother and my mom. Those ladies were croton lovers. And they're all over Jamaica. All kinds and sorts. Yeah, and they're everywhere in Jamaica. Everywhere in Jamaica. They're so beautiful. Introduce yourself and tell us who you are. And hi, I'm Gabby Crichton. Gabby Crichton Books, etc. She has a YouTube channel. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel under the same name, Gabby Crichton Books, etc. Yes. And there I feature some word search puzzle books that I make that have words and phrases related to Jamaica. And it's pretty much covers like from the early 1900s to the 1980s, the words and phrases that you'll find in those books. So far, I've published 6 volumes, and I still have content for at least another 4 books. And on the channel too, you will find like a few pieces of poetry that I've actually written myself, and the pieces are pretty much about my life. And they're very good too. She's a prolific writer. Thank you. So please check out her channel. Yes. It's called Gabby Crichton Books, etc. Yes. So Gabby, thank you. Thank you for coming. Oh, it was my pleasure. This was wonderful, just being here in your garden. I mean, yeah, I'm always watching, your channel, Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden channel, and there's just so much that I've learned on that channel. It's very educational, and I just find it quite refreshing to watch. So I encourage everyone to stop by and check it out. There's always something new that you're going to learn. Thank you, Gabby. Oh, my pleasure. Right. Bye. Bye. Thank you for staying with us. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have, please remember, give a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and don't forget to check out Gabby's channel. Thank you. See you next time at the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden.